Welcome to Chalice Unitarian Universalist Congregation. We are a community of diverse beliefs and experiences, nurturing the liberal religious spirit and united by our desire to grow in love and in service. Whoever you are, whomever you love, whatever your life's journey, you are welcome here. Whether you gather with us every Sunday, once or twice a year, or are here with us this morning for the first time, we are glad you are here. I'm Reverend Sharon Wiley, Chalice's minister. Welcome to this online worship service. This is me standing at the metaphorical door and greeting you. I'm sending you hugs across the distance. Go ahead and give yourself a hug. If you share space with someone, give them a hug. Good morning. We've made it through another week. I want to especially welcome those of you who are newcomers at Chalice. In addition to this online worship, I want you to know that many of our groups and activities continue to happen online as well. Activities like our women's book club, men's breakfast group, support groups, religious education for children, all these and more are happening online using Zoom. You don't have to be a member to participate in our events and activities. They're open to everyone. If you're new to Chalice and would like to learn more, and especially if you'd like to get onto our email list, please stay in this Zoom room after the service ends, and we'll use the chat box for a newcomer chat. So let's take a breath together. We begin our service by acknowledging that wherever each of us is watching, if we are on in what is now called the United States, then we are on land that has been stolen from indigenous peoples. Our congregational home in what is now called Escondido is on land that is part of the traditional territories of the 12 bands of the Kumeyaay Nation and the 7 bands of the Payam-Kicham, also called the Luiseno. Land that is sacred to us now was stolen from people for whom the land is also sacred. As we continue our work as a community of shared faith, may we strive to build relationships with Kumeyaay and Payam-Kicham peoples, and may we learn to give back in abundance. The words of our call to worship. It's okay to be tired of change. It's okay to be tired of everything different. Okay to feel weary of resiliency and wholeness and learning and growth. And okay to yearn simply for rest. It's okay to be grouchy and unsatisfied and all the ordinary human ways of being that we are. Let this morning be a reminder that you are loved. Let our time together soothe what is restless in you. And may you be comforted in knowing that whatever you are feeling today and other days, you are not alone. You are never alone. Let us worship together. Today, we are called together to consider our congregation's role in promoting environmental justice. In the heat of racial, political, and health crises, it is easy to forget that climate change is also a crisis, and that very little is being done to mitigate the factors contributing to it. So today, we take another step to honor our seventh principle, to respect the interdependent web of all existence, of which we are a part. To this end, a group of our congregants, the Chalice Green Team, has been meeting over the past year with the hope that our congregation may someday be accredited by the Unitarian Universalist Association as a green sanctuary. Today, during our time together, they would like to introduce themselves to you, to give witness to the importance of protecting our climate, and to describe the green sanctuary process.
Good morning. I'm Victoria Tenbrink, and I joined the Chalice Green Team because I share the Unitarian Universalist vision of a world that is just for not just humans, but for all living beings, and not just for now, but for all the future. I think it's important for me to protect the environment, especially the climate, because I don't have the right to cause the extinction of other living beings.
Good morning. I'm Rita Hill. I joined the Chalice Green Team because I can't do it alone. The mission of the Green Sanctuary program provides structure, leadership, and support in broad collaboration for the UU faith community to engage in an ambitious environmental justice and climate justice movement that seeks to live fully our seventh principle and achieve our vision of a viable and just world for all.
Hello there, I'm Jeff Hayes. Climate change has become the Earth's most urgent crisis, demanding our action to protect marginalized species from extinction and marginalized communities from ruin. By participating in the Green Sanctuary program, I can get support to move from awareness to action and learn how to share and leverage our collective work.
Greetings, my name is Carol Bagley. By participating in the social justice program, I can join in to support those at the front lines of environmental and social justice work and encourage actions that demonstrate love and justice to heal the earth, our home.
Good morning, I'm Lena Wellman. Environmental justice and social justice are woven together in our interdependent web. Because minority communities, disadvantaged communities, and other frontline communities are the first to feel the effects of environmental degradation, I am part of the Green Team to help combat social injustice by supporting our environment. We all benefit in the end.
Since 1989, about 25% of all UU congregations have achieved Green Sanctuary status. They have taken steps to help make change happen. For example, UUs from the First Religious Society of Carlisle have encouraged and enabled congregants to adopt sustainable diets with education, potluck examples, and a vegetarian recipe exchange. UUs in Roswell, Georgia's Unitarian Universalists of Metro Atlanta North have eliminated the use of disposable table service items opting for cloth napkins, tablecloths, metal cutlery, and ceramic dishes, and a commercial dishwasher for sanitizing. Won't you join these congregations and your Chalice Green Team as together we ride this beautiful blue boat home?
Below me I feel no motion, standing on these mountains and plains, far away from the rolling ocean. Still my dry land heart can say, I've been sailing all my life now, never harbor or port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I have traveled, and the earth is my blue boat home. Sun, my sail, and moon, my rudder, as I ply the starry seas, leaning over the edge in wonder, casting questions into the deep, drifting here with my ship's companions, all we kindred pilgrim souls, making our way by the lights of the heavens in our beautiful blue boat home. I give thanks to the waves upholding me, hail the great winds urging me on, read the infinite sea before me, sing the sky my sailor's song. I was born upon the fathoms, never harbor or port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I've traveled, and the earth is my blue boat home.
We've been worshiping online for 8 months. So I just want to name that. And knowing and seeing COVID numbers go up this week, I just want to name for myself, has been hard. It's been a hard week. So I'm glad for us to be together on Sunday, glad to lean on each other. Our Sunday worship is the shared spiritual practice of our community, and we tend to the congregation during this time by honoring our joys and sorrows. If you would like to share a joy or sorrow with the congregation this morning, now is the time for sharing in the chat box. These won't be spoken out loud. If you would like to send me a confidential note about your joy or sorrow, please email me and I'll put my email address in the chat box.
got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain in my soul. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain in my soul. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean in my soul. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean in my soul. I've got pain like an arrow. I've got pain like an arrow. I've got pain like an arrow in my soul. I've got pain like an arrow. I've got pain like an arrow. I've got pain like an arrow in my soul. I've got tears like the raindrops. I've got tears like the raindrops. I've got tears like the raindrops in my soul. I've got tears like the raindrops. I've got tears like the raindrops. I've got tears like the raindrops in my soul. I've got strength like a mountain. I've got strength like a mountain. I've got strength like a mountain in my soul. I've got strength like a mountain. I've got strength like a mountain. I've got strength like a mountain in my soul.
There are lots of ideas how you can change the world. Some people think you should just complain about it. I won't change the world, it'll just make it mad. Some people think you have lots of money, making it rain everywhere you go. Holla for a dollar. Some people think you have to be really loud and yell a lot. It's like with a bullhorn shouting, "Hey you, yeah you, do it my way right now, you heard?" Other people choose to just make fun of everything. That's dumb, everyone's dumb. It's easier to make fun of stuff, but it's cooler to make stuff. Some people think changing the world can only be done by the smartest person in the world. Just put them in a room, let them figure it out. The solution of world hunger? Food. Wow, that was so amazing. Some people see the bad in the world and they just decide to ignore it, but that won't help anything. Some people think you have to be really famous and super cool. In fact, lots of people think you have to be really powerful to make a difference, like being mayor or senator or president. But the truth is, a title doesn't make you more important. The world is changed by you. It's one person filled with love. And they just have to live it out, so they do something awesome. Then that person is filled with love, and they do something awesome. It just goes on and on and on and on. And the next thing you know, everything's awesome. Some people think it's impossible to change the world.
It's impossible to change the world.
Well, you can see why they could think that. Living in the world with kids who are hungry, people who are homeless, families weren't happy. I'm just trying to figure it out like everybody else, man. But I do know this, though. Next time you feel overwhelmed or totally alone, remember this. Things don't have to be the way they are. The world is changed by ordinary people. Little people living out big love. And that's what gives the world a reason to dance. So, how do we change the world? At the start of this year, I asked all you guys to make the year more awesome. Time to be awesome now! To make this year awesome for somebody else. Whether it's helping the homeless with Stoptober, throwing a parade for somebody, or giving an inspired gift. You can see my holiday gift guide by clicking here. You help prove that the internet can be an awesome place. Thank you, but we're not done yet. This coming year, let's show the world what awesome really looks like.
Open cake, subscribe.
I love
Kid President enthusiastically challenges us to show the world what awesome really looks like. He reminds us that all change starts with one person, motivated by love, who does something awesome. We invite you to consider the awesome things that can be done for the love of our world, for our precious blue boat that is under siege and out of balance. And so, dear Chalice congregants, we come before you today to ask for your support in becoming a green sanctuary.
Why should we join other UU communities to confront the climate crisis?
We ask this of you because it is a moral issue.
Because it is a justice issue.
And because it is a religious issue.
The Green Sanctuary Program, sponsored by the Unitarian Universalist Association and the Unitarian Universalist Ministry for Earth, was established as a way to assist caring congregations like ours to address the climate crisis and do so in a way that enables our congregation to achieve actual changes in behaviors, enabling us to concretely contribute to helping abate the crisis we face.
The program provides a path for congregational study, reflection, and action for today's environmental challenges, including climate change and environmental justice. Together, we will strive to achieve zero carbon emissions by 2050, and in the process, strive to ensure environmental justice for all. Successful completion results in Green Sanctuary accreditation, a formal recognition of a congregation's service and dedication to the earth.
Basic elements of the Green Sanctuary program include 3 campaigns, one in each of the following areas: mitigation, or actions we can take to reduce causes of climate change; adaptation and resilience as a response to climate change; and justice. The campaign should be intersectional and collaborative and promote environmental and justice movements in our communities.
Participation in the Green Sanctuary movement can also support goals to deepen our ties to UU faith in the seventh principle and bring our congregational culture into greater alignment with environmentally sustainable practices. It empowers our congregation to embrace and integrate effective stewardship of the earth into our daily lives and to grow the environmental movement by encouraging involvement in ongoing climate and environmental justice work with other UUs or interfaith groups.
Beyond a short-term focus on projects, this work invites Chalice to think in terms of the long haul, until resources and well-being are shared more justly and ecosystems regain balance. That requires spiritual depth and doing things differently. Beyond one core group doing the work, we all will do our part, with consideration of how our actions change the climate.
This is explicitly anti-racist intersectional work. It requires us to do climate work in direct collaborative relationship with local, regional, national, and/or international frontline communities.
There are 5 stages that congregations pass through to become a green sanctuary. First is team building and congregational education. Next in the process is an opportunity assessment. Then we will create an action plan in the 3 focus areas. Stage 4 is creating the final report and applying to be a green sanctuary candidate. We will prepare and submit the application, receive feedback, and modify the plan if necessary. And lastly, we will carry out the action plan and apply for accreditation status, earning the title of Green Sanctuary.
So where are we now? Here at Chalice, with the support of our leaders, we have established a green team to manage the Green Sanctuary process. We are working to inform you, the congregation, about the program with this service and other programs and activities like our carbon footprint and recycling presentation. Each month, we put a Green Team info bit in our newsletter for those who want to take individual action toward climate healing. If you would like to join us on the Green Team as we move forward, please contact Victoria Tenbrink for meeting information using the contact information in the chat.
The second stage of the process is opportunity assessment. To make good decisions about project choice and planning, we must first understand what our congregation and our larger communities do now. To this end, we are collecting information on congregational practices, such as energy and water use, community needs, and other opportunities. Prior to the COVID shutdown, we started the collection process, and we thank those of you who have participated in this effort so far. Due to pandemic restrictions, we're still working to collect more information. When finished, we'll share a summary with you. These results will be used to create an action plan, which is the next stage.
As a matter of fact, we would like to hear your ideas now. Please take a moment to share your ideas in the chat.
When the plan is in place and we are ready to apply for accreditation, an investment of $100 for an application fee will be required. Our plan will be reviewed and feedback given regarding necessary modifications.
As we carry out and document our plans, there may be additional costs to accomplish what we have set out to do. Therefore, consideration of the cost of the campaigns should be included during plan development.
While individual responsibility is important in protecting the environment, the synergy created by working together as a congregation enables us to do even more. Together we have power that enables us to provide comfort to those who grieve for the world, extend compassion to those who will bear the brunt of what is coming, exhibit a shining example of engagement rather than avoidance, support moral leadership and witness, engender hope.
May the awesome love in each of us propel us toward our vision, a world that is viable and just for humanity and for the whole of the web of life, including present and future generations.
The Sunday offering is an expression of the generosity that makes our congregational life possible. As Buddhist teacher Pema Chodron writes, generosity is an activity that loosens us up. By offering whatever we can, $1, a flower, a word of encouragement, we are training in letting go. Please text your donation to Chalice. If you haven't texted a donation before, know that once you text the amount, you'll get a reply with a link to follow to enter your credit card information. And once you've entered that information one time, when you've donated, you won't need to enter it again. If your Sunday donation is part of your pledge payment, please be sure to indicate pledge after the dollar amount. And also remember that you can make a text donation anytime. It doesn't need to be only during the worship service. The phone number will be on the screen in just a moment, and I'll also put it in the chat box. Please give generously. Please join in dedicating our offering with words of affirmation. As we gather in community, we agree to honor the diverse and wonderful talents among us, to use our creative gifts to express our aspirations, to share joy through laughter and play, to engage our care and attention, minds and hands, to create together beauty and meaning, and so to let our light shine for the world.
We are a flexible and innovative species, and we have the capacity to adapt and modify our behavior. Now, we most certainly have to do so if we're to deal with climate change. It's the biggest challenge we have yet faced.
The same thing that keeps the earth warm, CO2, may make the earth too warm. It holds in heat. Methane, chlorofluorocarbons, water vapor, and carbon dioxide. They all trap heat. Methane, chlorofluorocarbons, water vapor, and carbon dioxide. They all trap. It is important that the world get together to face the problems which attack us as a unit.
The evidence is clear.
The globe is getting too warm.
We can avoid climate catastrophes. We can do this. We can change the world. Science offers us answers to these huge challenges.
It's one global ecosystem.
We can do this. We can
Change the world. Every single thing every one of us does affects everybody all over the world. It's one global ecosystem. Warm, wet, cold or dry, climates all start in the sky. Warm, wet, cold or dry, climates all start in the sky.
When the CO2 is high, the temperature is high, moving together in lockstep. When the CO2 is low, the temperature is low, moving together.
It is important that the world get together to face the problems which attack us as a unit.
The evidence is clear.
The globe is getting too warm.
We can avoid climate catastrophes. We can do this. We can change the world. Science offers us answers to these huge challenges.
It's one global ecosystem.
We can do this. We can
change the world.
Our use of fossil fuels for energy is pushing us towards a climate unlike any seen in the history of civilization.
Adding carbon dioxide to the atmosphere warms things up. The rise in CO2 comes from burning fossil fuels. When you burn them, add oxygen that makes CO2 that goes in the air. We're reversing the process by which they form. We're reversing the process.
We're talking about something that affects the entire earth. Problems that transcend nations. It is important that the world get together to face the problems which attack us as a unit.
The evidence is clear.
The globe is getting too warm.
We can avoid climate catastrophes. We can do this. We can change the world. Science offers us answers to these huge challenges.
It's one global ecosystem.
We can do this. We can change the world.
We can change the world. In fact, we are changing the world at this very moment. It is a time of change, a time of rebalancing relationships. Whether the relationship is with one another, with the microbial world around us, with the air we breathe, the food we eat, or the weather conditions we must endure, there is rapid rebalance at work. A change in one brings consequences for another, and another, and another. The need to come into right relationship with our world is more pressing than ever. If we must have change, let us make it for the better. Some of you may remember an old commercial for margarine. The catchphrase of this commercial was, "It's not nice to fool Mother Nature." Mother Nature now reminds us that crowded living conditions, economic injustice, and travel help create pandemics. She reminds us that the great piles of plastic we have created will never go away. She reminds us that the contamination of air and water caused by plastic manufacture, as well as other uses of fossil fuels, make our health more vulnerable to pathogens around us. She reminds us with each raging hurricane, prolonged drought, and extreme heat wave that we are burning too much carbon. Yet we see ourselves as prosperous when we have more possessions and convenience, travel more, and grow our populations. We seldom think of the hidden costs of these comforts, but Mother Nature is not fooled. She must be paid. Perhaps in this time of change, this time of rebalance, we should also rebalance our thinking about how we choose to live our lives and what we regard as prosperity. It is time to reconsider whether the benefit of utilizing fossil fuels is worth the consequences. The pandemic itself is showing us the way. We saw the water and air become momentarily cleaner as we changed our behavior regarding travel and our consumption of goods and services. Through pandemic disease, Mother Nature gives us a small push to encourage us in the right direction. Let it not be said that we did not respond. Let our legacy be one of loving action, protecting all life as we protect our own. Someone once said, "We can't go to the beginning and start over, but we can start where we are and move ahead." We hope you will share our vision to move ahead in the Green Sanctuary process, so that together we can help change the world and lead with a legacy of love.
Forgive ourselves and each other. We begin again in love.
For remaining silent when a single word would have made a difference.
We forgive ourselves and each other. We begin again in love.
For each time our fears made us rigid and inaccessible.
We forgive ourselves and each other. We begin again in love.
For each time we have struck out in anger without just cause.
We forgive ourselves and each other. We begin again in love.
For each time that our greed has blinded us to the needs of others.
We forgive ourselves and each other. We begin again in love.
For the selfishness that set us apart and alone.
We forgive ourselves and each other. We begin again in love.
For falling short of the admonitions of the Spirit.
We forgive ourselves and
for losing sight of our unity.
We forgive ourselves and each other. We begin again in love.
For those and for so many acts, evident or subtle, that have fueled the illusion of separateness.
We forgive ourselves and each other. We begin again in love.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright, blessed day, the dark, sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Our closing words today are by Cynthia Landrum. We leave this gathered community, but we don't leave our connection, our concerns, or our care for each other. Our service to each other, to the world, and to our faith continues. Until we are together again, friends, be strong, be well, be true, be loving.